Are you tossing and turning at night, waking up exhausted and feeling completely out of sync during the day? Your sleep struggles may be more than just restlessness. They could be a sign of hormonal imbalance driven by a disrupted circadian rhythm. On today's show, I'll explore 7 proven strategies to realign your circadian rhythm and bring balance back to your hormones naturally and holistically. So, friend, if you're ready to wake up energized, sleep deeper, and feel balanced again, then grab a notebook and pen and let's dive in. Hey friend, welcome to Integrative Medicine for Energy and Health. Are you struggling with low energy, excessive weight, chronic fatigue, imbalanced hormones, or body aches and pains that are robbing you of enjoying life? If you're ready to take the guesswork out of living a healthier life, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Rekishia. I'm a mom, honorably retired Air Force veteran, award-winning author, social worker, and Christian alternative medicine provider. For years, I tried improving my health through conventional medicine and nothing worked until I finally found a simple strategy that was easy and fun. This podcast will provide you with natural ways to increase energy, lose weight, regulate hormones, and improve your mood. If you're ready to live, look, and feel better, grab your favorite cup of herbal tea and let's jump in. Welcome to Integrative Medicine for Energy and Health, the podcast where women come to restore their energy, lose weight naturally, and balance hormones God's way in body, soul, and spirit. I'm your host, Rekishia McMillan, honorably retired Air Force veteran, integrative health practitioner, and your guide to reclaiming vibrant health. If you've ever felt tired even after a full night's sleep, struggled with midday crashes, hormonal fluctuations, or trouble winding down at night, then today's episode is going to give you answers, encouragement, and powerful tools. Today we're diving into the amazing topic of circadian rhythm, God's divine timekeeper hardwired into every cell of your body, and why aligning with it is the key to women's hormone balance. I remember when I was burning the candle at both ends, barely sleeping, eating whenever I had time, and constantly on the go. I had low energy and my hormones were out of balance. And it wasn't until I learned about circadian health that things shifted. When I started syncing my body with light, food, and rest at the right times, my energy soared and I became balanced and centered. And I want to share how you can do the same. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 14, God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." This verse tells us something vital, that God created time, rhythm, and cycles before he even created mankind. He designed the earth to move in rhythm, and with the rising and the setting of the sun marking the beginning and the ending of each day. Now, when the sun rises, our cortisol, which is our natural wake-up hormone, also rises. And as the sun sets, melatonin production begins telling our body that it's time to rest. And so God designed our bodies to move in sync with the earth's natural rhythm. We were created for daily rest according to Genesis 2:2 and seasonal rhythm according to Ecclesiastes 3:1. So I want to share a little bit about the science behind circadian rhythm, what it is, and why it matters. Well, our circadian rhythm is our body's 24-hour internal clock, and it regulates everything from sleep to digestion, hormone release, and even fat storage. Now, here's the kicker. When that rhythm gets out of sync, whether that's from late nights, irregular meals, poor sleep, or artificial light, our metabolism suffers. And this divine internal 24-hour clock is governed within our brain and is triggered by light and darkness. And it also controls your sleep wake cycle, your metabolism, your hormone release, and even cell repair. According to the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, disruption of circadian rhythm is linked to increased risk of obesity, PCOS, thyroid disorders, and insulin resistance in women. According to the National Institute of Health, shift work and artificial light at night are associated with breast cancer and menstrual irregularities. And the Harvard School of Medicine reported that even dim light exposure during sleep reduces melatonin and interferes with restorative sleep cycles. So we can see that from the research, this confirms just how important circadian rhythm is to our overall health. I want to share a couple of signs that your circadian rhythm is off. If you're having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, if you're feeling exhausted even after rest, if you're experiencing hormonal imbalances like irregular cycles, hot flashes, or mood swings, if you're having cravings for sugar and caffeine late in the day, or if you're having digestive issues like bloating and irregularity, and then finally, if you're having mental fog or irritability. And these are all signs from your internal clock saying that I am out of sync. Now I'd like to share 7 ways to help you restore your circadian rhythm naturally. Number 1 is you want to engage in morning and evening times of prayer. That's because regular prayer has been shown to reduce cortisol levels, which is our stress hormone, and that can disrupt the circadian rhythm when it's elevated, especially at night. And lower nighttime cortisol supports better melatonin production and deeper sleep, which are key markers of a healthy circadian rhythm. The Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that people who engage in prayer have lower nighttime cortisol and reported better sleep quality. Number 2 is scripture meditation. That's because scripture meditation calms the mind and lowers cortisol levels. And meditating on scripture, especially in the evening, calms that mental activity, lowers stress hormones like the cortisol, and creates a peaceful transition into sleep. An elevated cortisol at night disrupts the circadian rhythm and delays melatonin release. And so you can meditate on a scripture like Isaiah 26:3, which says that you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. There's scientific support that shows that spiritual meditation significantly reduces cortisol levels and improves emotional regulation, both which are key for our circadian health. Scripture meditation also trains the brain for rhythmic consistency. And so when scripture meditation becomes a daily rhythm, especially in the morning and the evening, it trains the brain to associate those times with peace, focus, and rest. And this builds internal clock consistency and helps reset circadian rhythm, especially after stress or travel. An example would be meditating on Psalms 118, verse 24, which says, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it," for a morning meditation. And then an evening meditation could be Psalm 4, verse 8, which says that, "In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." And so I can share that prayer and meditation are my two favorite go-to practices to start my morning, and it's how I end my day. I love feeling grounded. I love feeling connected. And when I don't enter into that space of grounding myself through prayer and meditation in the morning, I am off balance, off kilter for the entire day. Have you been there? And so once I learned that the circadian rhythm is actually helped to become regulated through prayer and meditation, it's something that is a major part of my life. And again, that I practice on a daily basis because I love feeling grounded and rooted after my times of prayer and meditation. Number 3 is it ensuring that you're getting sunlight first thing in the morning so you can step outside within 30 minutes of waking up to reset your cortisol and your melatonin rhythm. Something that I like to do in the mornings is that I have a flower garden, so I go out there and I can get my sunlight and at the same time watering my flowers, but I know that that's also helping with my circadian rhythm. Number 4, making sure that you're shutting off blue light at night. This cannot be emphasized enough. So shut off your cell phones, your TV, LED lights, because what happens is that these block melatonin. So you want to make sure that you're powering down your screens a minimum of 1 hour before you're heading into bed. Number 5 is that you want to sleep and wake at consistent times. So an example could be that you aim to go to bed by 10 p.m. every single night, and then you're waking up at 6 a.m. And your body has time to heal. It regenerates between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So making sure that you're consistent with your bedtime and waking up. Number 6 is eating in daylight hours. So time-restricted eating helps to support metabolism and balances your insulin levels. So no late night snacking. A good rule of thumb is not having anything solid to eat after 7 p.m. And then you're entering into that time of fasting, that time of restricted eating to again help to support your metabolism and balance your insulin levels. Now you can have liquids such as water. Even if you want to have a calming herbal tea like chamomile, you can have those in the evening hours. And then 7th and finally is you want to create a bedtime wind down routine. This could include journaling. It could include prayer and meditation, as I mentioned earlier. You can also enjoy a magnesium bath, a full bath, or even you can do a magnesium foot bath. Or you can do some light stretching and just really begin to invite your body into that restful space. And so when we honor the rhythm that God has built into creation, our hormones begin to stabilize, our energy levels begin to increase, and our minds become clearer. So let's wrap it all up. You were created to live in sync with the sun, the earth, and your divine internal clock. Circadian rhythm isn't just a science, it's a spiritual rhythm that's woven into creation. Disruptions in your rhythm can lead to hormonal imbalances, weight gain, and fatigue. But with just a few simple changes, you can restore your God-given energy and wellness. If this episode blessed you and you want to take the next step in your health journey, I invite you to visit feelgreatgodsway.com. There you'll find resources, my current wellness programs, and community support to help you live in rhythm with God's design. Remember this, that God designed you to rise with the sun and to rest in His peace. When you return to His rhythm, your body, soul, and spirit flourish. Until next time, stay well and stay in rhythm, God's rhythm. I'll leave you with Psalm chapter 4, verse 8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me to dwell in safety. Hey friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a friend who may want to have more energy and improve their health naturally? Also, I would love it if you could leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It blesses me tremendously to know that this podcast is helping you. Alrighty then, it's time to go make a protein shake and go for a hike. No more days of feeling tired and drained. I'll see you in a few days for another episode. God bless.